Hello viewers of the United 009 channel. Welcome to this brand new series called Aviation LookBack. In this bi-monthly series, we'll be going over all the recent aviation news. For this episode of Aviation LookBack, we'll be talking about Virgin Atlantic retiring their A340s and soon their 747s, Flybe officially entering administration, cancellation of many flights to many different countries, the 737 MAX recertification being delayed once again, Dave Calhoun becoming CEO of Boeing, and the 777X taking off on its first ever flight. Let's start with our first topic, which is Virgin Atlantic and them retiring their A340s and soon their 747s. I believe this was only expected at this point. The aircraft just doesn't give the efficiency that the airlines are geared towards nowadays. If I'm correct, Virgin Atlantic is the last major airline to retire their A340 fleet, which seems pretty surprising. The aircraft just stands out compared to the other aircraft in their fleet, which consists of A330s, A350s, 747s, and 787s. Talking about their current fleet though, they are expected to remove their A330-200s, -300s in around 2021 to 2024, and their 747s in 2021. I believe this is good for the airline as they'll of course be replacing these aircraft with newer gen ones. They've already placed 14 orders for the A330-900 Neo and 8 more to their A350-1000 fleet size. Now to our second topic. On March 5th, Flybe has officially announced that they've entered administration. A tweet by the UK Civil Aviation Authority has said that all Flybe flights, including those operated by Stobart Air, won't be happening, and to not go to the airport unless you've arranged your travel plans with the Flybe franchise partners. The reason that has been blamed for the collapse of the airline is due to the COVID-19 situation, which is currently still ongoing. Although it was the final blow, the airline was already struggling to begin with. Of course, the collapse of the airline will be felt by many, but the strongest to be impacted by the situation will be the UK's many regional airports. For some of them, more than half of the flights operating to and from them were Flybe flights. And with the collapse and cancellation of all flights means the airports will be working with less money for maintenance and to pay the workers. But airlines like Argentine, Eastern Airways, and Logan Air are starting to take over former Flybe routes. But the situation is not going well for Argentine either. And my prediction is that they'll probably cease operations sometime in 2020. In 2019, the airline has lost £7.6 million in profit and is expected to rise over £9 million in losses in 2020. If the airline does collapse, it'll make it the fourth airline in 2020 and the third UK airline to cease operations. Let's move on to the cancellation of flights. Many airlines have canceled their flights to China, Taiwan, Italy, Israel, and many more countries. Although these are major steps to slow down the spread of COVID-19, it's a little bit too late now. Many of the places where the airlines that cancel their flights all have COVID-19 cases within their country. And it's not to say that they're not going to come from different countries like Canada, America, the UK, France, and affect even more people. The tiny silver lining of the situation though is that it will relieve some of the pressure due to the 737 MAX groundings. Before we change the topic to the 737 MAX, we have some newer news coming in. Donald Trump has officially announced all flights to Europe will be stopped for 30 days. This will take effect on Friday. So, by the time you're watching this, it has gone into effect already. Now, on to our next topic. The 737 MAX has been grounded ever since March 13th, 2019, making it the longest grounded commercial airliner in history. Boeing has attempted to fix the issue with the aircraft to bring it back to surface as soon as possible, though. The recertification of the aircraft has been pushed back farther and farther back. It was expected to be ungrounded during the January-February time, but that has now changed to sometime in mid-2020. No exact estimation when in mid-2020 the MAX will be ungrounded. It could be a few weeks or up to months. And some people suspect that the recertification of the aircraft will be pushed back even more. No one really 100% knows. Both Boeing and the airlines will have to gain back trust from their passengers. This will probably take a long time before most of the population accepts that the aircraft is safe to fly on. Also, even if the MAX gets ungrounded, it has already been removed from airlines' flight plans, which means it'll be a while before we'd actually see commercial flights start flying for probably months after it's ungrounded. We will keep you updated with new information regarding the 737 MAX via my Twitter at United009_MISC. We'll be shifting our topic to something else within Boeing. On January 13th, Dave Callahan became the new CEO of Boeing. Now, you may be asking, what happened to Dennis Muilenburg? It's believed that he resigned as lots of people weren't trusting him or the company since the 737 has been grounded for almost a year now. That makes it possibly, if not the longest, grounding of a commercial airliner in history, as said in the topic before this. That's definitely not a record you want to be broken. Needless to say, the new Boeing CEO should gain back reputation towards the company as it pays more attention to fix the 737 MAX situation and the relations that have been damaged with agencies like the FAA when Muilenburg was CEO. Before we go to our last topic, I'd like to say that I cannot confirm if Muilenburg resigned or got fired by Boeing. It's so unknown. The Wikipedia of Muilenburg says he was fired and retired, but it's Wikipedia, so what do you expect? To end on a good note though, we'll be talking about some good news within aviation. On January 25th, the Boeing 777X took off from Payne Field on its first ever flight. The 777X has been in workings ever since 2013, which makes this event even more significant for Boeing, the airlines, and for the workers who've made this aircraft a reality. If everything goes as planned, the aircraft should officially be introduced in 2021. There are currently around 300 orders for this aircraft, 20 from Lufthansa, 25 from Etihad Airways, 21 from Cathay Pacific, and 115 from Emirates. Boeing says it'll be the world's largest and most efficient twin-engine jet, unmatched in every aspect of performance. We'll also keep you updated about this aircraft via my Twitter at United009_MISC. Well, that wraps up this first episode of Aviation LookBack. If you want to see something featured in the next episode, feel free to say them in the comments below or at me on Twitter at United009_MISC. You can find the links to my Twitter account and Discord server in the description below. I'll see you in the next video. Good night. P.S. If you have a story in aviation you want to see in the next episode, please contact us via Twitter and Discord. Bye. I know I've already said bye twice, but this is very, very, very new news. Yesterday, as of editing/recording this, an employee at the Toronto Pearson International Airport has been tested positive for COVID-19. What this means for the Toronto Pearson International Airport is unknown at the time. as of recording it. Now, for real this time. Goodbye.